Lawyers, let's talk about mindset today. Welcome to Arabia and UNLOK strategy hack number 9. Because how you think about business development is just as important as the strategies you're going to implement. Here's a trap many lawyers fall into: the overconfidence cycle. It's a mental loop that keeps you locked into outdated ways of working, stopping you from unlocking the full potential of your practice. But there's an alternative. I call it the rethinking cycle, a mind shift inspired by science. Let's break it down. The overconfidence cycle is where lawyers really get stuck, and it all starts with pride. You've spent years mastering the craft of law. You've built a strong reputation and you know your stuff. Fair enough. But that pride leads to conviction. You become certain about what works and what doesn't. Over certain. And here's where things get tricky. That conviction locks you into a prison of your own making, and you start believing that business development just isn't a lawyer's job, that your only focus should be billing more hours, right? Wrong. And then confirmation bias kicks in. You notice examples that support this belief. Colleagues who succeed temporarily just by focusing on the legal work, or firms that prioritize billable targets above all else. And you ignore the clear evidence that contradicts this belief. Finally, desirability bias seals the deal. You prefer the version of you where you don't have to think about business development. I mean, really. And you tell yourself, I don't have time for this. It's not my job. And with that, you dismiss business development as an unnecessary distraction. And here's the result. You stay where you are. Your practice doesn't grow. Your opportunities don't expand. And your future remains limited to the work that lands on your desk until it doesn't anymore. Sound familiar? Here's the rethinking cycle, the scientific approach. Think of yourself as a scientist and let's flip the script. Instead of pride, the scientific mindset starts with humility, a recognition that no matter how much I think I know, there's always more to learn. That humility leads to doubt, not in a self-defeating way, but in a way that opens the door to curiosity. And when you're curious, you start asking better questions like, what if my assumptions about business development are wrong? Or what if investing in my practice could actually help me to create future years' revenues? What if the skills I use to win cases can actually help me to win those clients? These questions drive discovery. You start exploring new perspectives, testing small actions and gathering evidence. And here's the most powerful part. The more you discover, the more you realize how much more there is still to learn. And that keeps you in this constant state of learning, growth, and progress. As Adam Grant puts it in his book, Think Again, if knowledge is power, then knowing what we don't know is true wisdom. You may ask, now, why does this matter to me as a legal professional? Well, the legal industry is changing fast, and your ability to rethink, adapt, and unlearn outdated beliefs is what will set you apart in a few years from now. A scientific mindset doesn't mean second-guessing yourself. No way. It just means staying open to better ways of doing things, like embracing AI instead of laughing it off, using it to stop wasting your time on those administrative legal activities instead of investing it in your clients who need you to spend time on them as their trusted advisor. If you want to unlock the next level in your practice, ask yourself, where may I be stuck in the overconfidence cycle? What's one belief about business development that I hold that I should actually be challenging? And what's one small experiment I can run to see if rethinking could actually benefit me?